Hello everybody, Dr. Ty from Whole Family Chiropractic, and I am here today with none other than my lovely wife, Samantha Moe. She is owner of Mad to Glad, and we are here today together to help share with you some great strategies to help you and your child with the back to school transition. We know there's a lot going on in the school year, and all the new things that can happen can really create maybe some anxiousness, some nervousness, some hesitation with your kids, and that stress sometimes falls on you as a parent as well. So I want to introduce my wife Samantha, and she'll tell you a little bit about herself, and then we'll share with you some great tips. Welcome, Samantha.
Thanks, Ty. I appreciate you having me here today. I am a certified parent coach, and my specialty is teaching you ways to stop the fighting, yelling, and frustration. My specialty area is helping parents understand how to calm kids' brains, especially the ones who like to rule the roost. So you really want to listen to these tips as a way to understand how to make back to school more predictable, because that helps them feel calmer inside and more peaceful at home.
Definitely, and that's what we want to help you as a parent feel calm, be able to handle this school year as one of your best ever. So we've got 3 great tips for you today. Samantha, why don't you start with the first one?
Happy to. The first tip is you want to make sure you ask your child I wonder questions. Ask them things such as, I wonder what the ride to school will be like on the bus. I wonder what your classroom will be like. I wonder what kind of kids will be in your class this year. When you ask your child I wonder questions, it allows them to process through the situation. So you really want to avoid telling them everything you know, because this is her time to process.
That sounds like a great tip. We know kids love being creative, and I think if you ask them an I wonder question, it lets them give their own creativity. And if they have maybe something they're concerned with, they might bring it up on their own then, as opposed to if you tell them everything, then you might override something that maybe was really in their mind in an anxious way, or maybe something they were really worried about.
That's right, and there's really not room for anxiety and excitement at the same time. So if you can allow your child to process through and get excited about something, it's going to get rid of the extra space for that nervousness and anxiety.
Awesome. So first tip, ask some I wonder questions. How about the second tip?
The second tip is to make sure you give your child opportunities for control. So you want them to choose some things that they can do in advance. You know the typical, let them choose their outfit out before school starts, but maybe let them choose their breakfast also, and choose something special such as the music they can listen to when they're on their way to school. And what you're doing is you're avoiding choosing for them. So kids who really struggle with transition have a strong psychological need to be in control. If you choose everything for them, then in the moment they're going to get resistant, and then you're really not going to get out the door in time. So it serves you better to let them choose in advance.
That makes perfect sense. I see a lot of times kids, when they are getting nervous, if you remove control from them, it just makes their brain even more worried.
That's
so
right.
Give them a little control. It's going to help their brain feel calm.
That's right, because a little scientist can't help, and we call it the little scientist in the brain. It can't help but fighting for that control. And so when you take that into account, you're going to make the morning much smoother.
All right, so tip number 2, give your child some control. How about tip number 3?
The third tip is to make sure you set a positive expectation, because let's face it, both of you are nervous about this really big transition. Whether it's their first year of school and you're not sure how it will go, or maybe it's their 5th year of school and you already know some of the challenges that could potentially pop up. If you set a positive expectation, such as what's a fun activity you can do after the first day of school, it gives both of you something to look forward to. And you really want to make sure that you avoid threatening to take that away, even if the day goes really rough, because both of you are going to need the reprieve and that connection time.
Yes, I completely agree. I know one thing we know about the brain is you can't be worried about something and excited about something at the same time. Your brain has to choose one or the other. So if you can give your child something to look forward to at the end of the day, it automatically is going to put their brain in a more excited state that's going to help them get through the new school days even better.
That's right.
Wonderful. So those are 3 tips that are nice, simple ways for you as a parent to help get your child going this school year. Maybe you've started, maybe you're about to start. And if they are looking for more information, if they want to expand upon those tips, if they want to get a hold of you, what would be the best way to do so?
Oh, thank you for asking. You can contact me through my website, www.mad2glad.com. That's the number 2, mad2glad.com. And I really believe that what you do as a parent matters. So make sure you carve out some extra time and be thoughtful about it, because you'll really be glad that you did as things become more peaceful for both you and your child. If you are looking for more in-depth tips, I'm doing a free back-to-school webinar called Back to School Without Any Battles. And the goal of this webinar is to teach you how to avoid the morning battles, learn a little bit more about what I call fire in the brain, and the tips that you will be getting also allow you to avoid the principal's office at the same time. So we'll be sure to leave a link in your blog here so that you can just click there and register for free.
Wonderful. Yes, so we will put that information before. I know any parent wants to help their kids succeed and avoid any trips, whether it's really bad or just a little mishap to the principal's office. But we'll have that information for you as well. Aside from the tips we talked about today, definitely remember to be getting your child in for his or her adjustments. We know the adjustments really love to calm the brain and set your child up for great success this school year. So again, Dr. Ty here from Whole Family Chiropractic with my lovely wife Samantha Moe from Mad to Glad. And stay tuned for some more back to school tips we'll be having for you shortly. And other than that, remember that your child deserves to feel awesome, and that's what these tips are helping you here to do today. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.